Hello and welcome to our online video tutorial for today. Hope you're all doing good. In the video today we'll be looking at how to dimension and how to produce elevations. So I will just take a brief explanation on putting dimensions and then produce one of the view, and you can use that to do the others. So putting dimension, using CAD is simpler. In your own case you have to produce extension line, your extension line from each of these points, okay, from each of these points, and then put your dimension line, then put your dimension figure one after the other, okay, and whichever it will all look like this, okay, from here to here I will have this, okay, to this point I will have this, to this point I will have this. Now you put all of this, this is your extension line, okay. Now this extension line has to come from here, this particular one, please, it has to come from here. You have something like this. Now this is your extension line. Why this is extension line, this is extension line, why this is your dimension line, and this is your dimension figure, and this is what the oblique stroke, or some call it architectural stroke, okay. We use this instead of arrowhead, okay. You can set it to arrowhead, you can as well set it to dot or any other form that is available. But in your own case, if you choose to use this, good and fine. If you want to use your arrowhead, which you're familiar with, good and fine. If you choose to use dot, good and fine. But in average or on a general this thing, please, the sizes of your stroke should be reasonably equal. If you're using dot, the sizes of your dot should be reasonably equal. If you're using arrowhead, the sizes of your arrowhead should be reasonably equal. So you put this extension line, put this, put this, put this. If you look at here, we have here, okay. Sometimes it's not necessarily important to dimension this because we also have in dimension. So I will continue with this dimension, okay. So I'll pick this point, pick this point, this, and this point. Now this is the first segment of the dimension, okay. This gives us each of this segment from here to here, give us the thickness of wall from here to here, 1250, from the size of window 225, from here to here, this. Then as well we also dimension this, okay. I will also have to dimension this. That is, you do that for every other space as well. Okay, then in building drawing, there are three types of measurement that we use. Okay, there are three types of measurement used. I will do that now. We didn't cut our arcway here, so please do that on your own as well, from here to here. Okay, and then trim off this. We have an opening here, so please do that in your own drawing as well. Okay, let me put an extension line, construction line. I will have one here at the middle of the wall, another one at the middle of this wall, one at the middle of this wall, one at the middle of this wall, one at the middle of this. Okay, and let's have one at the middle of this as well. Okay, now these are called grid lines. They are called grid lines. Have one here, have one here. Now this grid line assist, or they are used in setting out of the drawing on site. Use this grid line to set out the drawing on site. Okay, and we also use them for dimensioning as well. So take this off. So I have something like this now. Okay, now the second point of dimension I will do is going to be on this. Okay, from the center of this, okay, to the next one, which is this. Okay, from one center to another. Okay, and then you continue that way to this center, to the center of this, and to the center of this, and lastly to this point. Then the other part, the third one is from this external wall to this external wall here. Okay, you have this. Now this last one gives the total length from the external wall to this external wall. This one gives in to in dimension, sorry, center to center dimension. So this give external wall to external wall, from one end of the building to the other end. The second one gives center to center, from one center to center, or from one grid line to another grid line. Okay, from one grid line to another grid line. Then we have the in to in dimension on the inside. This is in to in. Okay, now you do this your dimension at this point, you do it at this point, this, all the four side of the building. Okay, and then you have your in to in dimension, like something like this, done. And then that is all about dimension. Now after dimensioning, the next part we'll be looking at in this video is the elevations. Let's look at the elevation before we go into the section. Let's look at the elevation. Usually I do section before elevation, but because of the moment, let's do the elevation before we do the section. Now in elevation, like we did orthographic, this is purely an orthographic projection. Okay, this is the plan. Okay, this is the plan, and it's from the plan now we want to generate our elevations. Okay, this is the plan, this is the floor plan, this is the roof plan. We are combining this floor plan and this roof plan to generate our elevation. So I'm going to generate the front elevation. Okay, so if we are looking at this, we could see this edge from the front view now. That is, our arrow is this way. Our arrow is this way. We are looking at this way now. We'll be seeing this edge, we'll be seeing this window, we'll be seeing this edge. There's an archway here, we'll see it, we'll see this edge, nothing here, we'll see this edge. So if we come to the roof, okay, this is the roof. We'll be seeing this line this way, like this, and like this. Okay, so I usually advise my students to place their paper down the floor plan and then use construction line, something like this. Construction line, take a construction line from this point, okay, another one from this point, 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 lastly another one from this point. Okay, okay, now when we have all this our line, then the next thing is to give a reasonable space and then draw the baseline. This is called the natural ground level. The natural ground level. Then at the moment, if you look at your specification, the size of your foundation is given. Okay, is given. If you look at it, you can use it, but for now I'm using this. I don't have the specification at the moment, so I'm using 450 height at this point. Okay, now this height is after the natural ground level, okay, this is the floor level of the building. I'll take away this. Now the next thing is the height of our building. If you're standing on the floor level, okay, from the floor finish to window level is usually 900. The standard is 900. Okay, from the window level to lintel level is 12. Okay. Where is my calculator? Where is my calculator here? Oh, okay, let's calculate something a little and see. Now we have from floor to window is 900. Okay, from window to from the window level to lintel level is 1, 2. Okay, and then from the lintel level to the wall plate where the wall end, or to the ceiling level, is also 900. So when you add all of these, you have 3,000. You have 3,000. So which is the minimum height of a residential building. The minimum height from floor to ceiling, 3,000. From floor to ceiling level, 3,000. Okay, so I will draw line at 32 mm. Okay, this will be the height of my building. This will be the height of my building. So if I offset this by 900, and I offset this, okay, now this is my window. I have one window here, right? Yeah, this will be my window. Okay, so I'll just pick my rectangle and then bring out this. Okay, and then what else do I have? That is all. So I don't need this line any longer. I don't need this any longer. I have my window now. Now if we look at this point, this is an archway. It means there is an arc along that point. Okay, from that point usually is after 225 after the lintel. Okay, from the top of the lintel. So if I offset it 225, okay, I will have something like this. If I offset it 225, I will have something like this. Okay, Let me trim this. Okay, you can have this like this. Now at this point you can decide to use arc or a very fancy arc or curve or whatever you feel like. Okay, at this point you are allowed to express your creativity, your artistic this thing. Just come up with a very beautiful design at this point. Okay, so you can choose to. Okay, I can decide to come here and use fillet radius 450. You can decide to do this like this. You can decide to give it any design. Okay, at this point. So now then the window. This is our window. This is the window opening. Okay, now let's put our window frame, which is, let's say, use 25 and let's use 75. Then at the middle of this we have this. Our window will have something like this. Now if it's a glass window, I'll just come and put a sign of glass here. Okay, I have this as my simple window. Okay, now this is what we call the natural ground level, NGL, natural ground level. Okay, now we should have since the floor is a bit high here, we should have some steps. Okay, some steps to the house. And each step is 150, right? have this step here. Okay, so this is a column and this is a wall, this is window, this is wall. Basically this is the major thing on the front elevation for the wall. Okay, now the next thing is the roof. Okay, now you have to adjust your paper now. Okay, you have to adjust your paper now. Okay, so I will, like adjusting my paper now, I'll move this one, I'll move this straight. To this point. Okay, I'll move it like this. Now you can just adjust your paper from here now to this point. Okay, now in the specification I think you are giving the slope of your roof. Okay, if you are giving the slope of your roof, okay, you start with the slope, that is, create the slope at this point. But if you are not giving the slope, you can just give the roof a height. Supposing we are giving 30 degrees as the slope of our house, I can come here, pick this line, and at this point draw this as 30 degrees. I have something like this. Okay, I'm going to mirror this. At this point also I'll draw a line at 30 degrees, so I'll mirror this. Okay, now I have this. Now I will also pick this point. I'll pick this point, which is here. I'll pick this. I'll pick this point, and I'll pick this point. Okay, so if this point is here, from here I will have this line to this point. I'll trim this. I'll trim this. Now I don't need this line any longer. I'll take away this. Now you see, from this point I have a slope coming down this way. Okay, this is the highest point. From here it slopes downward. Okay, and it's at 30 degrees, so I will copy this, pick it at this point and place it here. And this down this way terminates at this point, which is here, which is on this line. Okay, so from this line I'll trim out this. Okay, this ends here, and then this line continue from this point to this. To this. So if I trim this, and this, okay, I will now have my roof. I will take away all of this and take away this. Okay, I will have this. But now there is something that we should have done before picking all of this point. and that is establishing our roof. Sorry, our fascia board. The fascia board is part of the roof, but it's important to establish it. And the size of the fascia board is 300. Okay, so I will offset 300. Okay, offset this by 300 and then extend it to this point. Okay, I'll do this like this. So I have this. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Now, in a situation where you are not using concrete fascia, okay, that's a different thing altogether. Okay, so please let's not go into that for the moment. So let's not go into concrete fascia for the moment. Okay, where you have a fascia board, you have something like this. Okay, so I'm taking off this. Let's take the process all over again. Then we have this end point already. Okay, and then I'll put my construction line at this point, this point, this point, this point. Okay, and at this point I'll pick a line from here, 30° or whatever angle is stipulated in your specification. Okay, okay, I have this. This is stopping here. So I'll trim this. Trim this. Okay, pick a line from here. It stops here. Now this, I can easily mirror this. Okay, and then this is stopping at this point, so I'll trim this. And then I have a line from here that terminates here, and then finally I have a line to this point. So this will give me the roof. So I'll take this off, and I have this roof. Okay, and I have the roof like this. Okay, so like, because the roof has a thickness, we make it double line. So I'll offset this by, let me use 50. Offset this, 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 and then this to this, this, this. Okay, I have this like this, and then this will be a thick line, so I'm going to make this a thick line. Okay, you have something like this, and at the end you hash your roof. So this is the front elevation of our house. You have something like this. You can decide to beautify it, put your flowers, your car, sky. You can decide to play around with your this thing. You can decide to have something like this. Okay, something like this. But basically, this is what you have as the front elevation. You can use this as a guide, then produce the other elevations. So if there is any question, if you're confused on anything, please reach out. Thank you very much.